I first sensed something was wrong when I found a single shoelace tied around the doorknob of our guest room. It was hers, threadbare and gray, and she never left things out of place. When I asked her about it, she gave me this curious look, as though she couldn't comprehend what I was talking about, then brushed it off by saying she didn't own any gray shoelaces. But the little inconsistencies kept adding up. The silverware drawer rearranged, the TV remote suddenly missing, my phone's call logs wiped even though I never deleted them. Late one night, I was heading to the kitchen for a glass of water when I heard something, soft murmurs, almost like chanting. Following the noise, I found her in the garage, standing in the dark, facing the corner. When I turned on the light, she nearly jumped out of her skin. She claimed she'd been looking for a missing toolbox, but couldn't explain why she was standing so still, breathing so strangely. The following week, another oddity surfaced. A pile of torn photographs appeared under our bed, pictures of me, half of them missing my face, as though carefully cut out. Confronting her only led to confusion. She swore she'd never seen the photographs and grew defensive, practically begging me to believe her. Her terror felt genuine, but it was laced with something else. Shame, maybe, or guilt. In desperation, I installed a small camera in the hallway, just to quell my growing paranoia. 2 nights later, I watched the footage. At 3:11 a.m., I saw her slip from our bedroom, holding a black marker. She proceeded to scrawl something on the hallway wall, then stood back as though admiring her own work. But the next morning, the wall was clean. No trace of any drawing. It made no sense. I confronted her, showing her the timestamped video. She stared at the screen, horrified, and insisted she had no memory of doing any of it. Then she pointed out the strangest detail of all. I was in the video too, peering from the opposite end of the hallway, just out of frame, watching her. The tension in the house became unbearable. One evening, I returned from work to find her white-knuckled, trembling over a locked metal box I never knew we owned. Inside were 4 mini cassette tapes labeled with dates that spanned only the last month. The first cassette showed me rummaging through her purse late at night, scribbling notes on a pad and placing them back carefully. The second cassette was footage of me whispering her name while she slept, over and over again. The last 2 were blank when we played them, but their labels, next week's dates, made my stomach drop. We locked eyes, both of us terrified. Who had recorded these? When did I do those things? That night, we slept in separate rooms, each of us unable to shake the idea that the other was hiding something. The next morning, I found her side of the closet completely cleared out. The only thing she left behind was a single index card on the dresser. Written in a shaky hand, it looked like mine, were the words, "Check under the floorboards." Dread coursed through me as I pried the wooden planks loose in the hallway, revealing a shallow compartment. Inside was a folded piece of paper bearing the same scrawled handwriting, repeated line after line. "I am watching me." A noise from behind startled me, my own voice, low and halting, echoing from the far end of the hall. In the reflection of a mirror, I caught the flicker of a silhouette that looked exactly like me, shoulders trembling with an eerie, broken laugh. When I turned around, no one was there. And in that moment, it struck me. I was no longer certain which side of the camera I belonged on, or if I had ever known at all.